This is our first interviewee for Latinx Heritage Month. I am with
Miss Santiago.
Okay. So, if you didn't know, Latinx Heritage Month starts at September 15, and I don't know why. So, what is it start at September 15, Miss Santiago?
So it's not like a set month, and it's from September 15th to October 15th because there's a collection of countries that gained their independence from Spain on September 15th. And that was Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. But then the next day, September 16th, is Mexico's Independence Day. And then September 17th is Chile's Independence Day. So because of that, all those countries gaining it around the same time, not the same year, but in the same time, that is why it is celebrated like that.
That's quite cool. A piece of history for us to learn about. Yeah. I am here with
Gail Gamero.
Okay. This is Gail, so we're going to answer some questions. What does your Latinx Heritage Month mean to you? So, how does it shape your identity?
So Latinx Heritage Month for me means finding ways to celebrating it with the community. For me personally, it's connecting it with the students and trying to find ways that they feel prideful and want ways to engage other people to learn more about themselves through community.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, yeah. And our second question is going to be, what is a piece of your culture that you want others to experience? This is like dance, music, food, something that you really enjoy.
For mine, it's always going to be music and food. Okay. I'm always going to be the person trying to recruit and get fundraising to get more food opportunities, to get a little bit of taste of this is what real food tastes like. Pupusas is always the big one for my culture.
Okay. Then yeah, you guys should try that. Any Latinx figures in your life that are important to you, that have kind of influenced your identity?
Well, I guess identity-wise would be Sonia Sotomayor. Okay. She is in the Supreme Court. She grew up in New York, and a lot of Puerto Ricans are in New York. And so for me, it was always oh my gosh, I could make it that far if I work hard and if I have goals. So for me, that has been an inspiration.
Yeah, that's quite beautiful. Yeah. And our second question is gonna be, what does your Latinx Heritage Month mean to you? So in your life, you've seen it in your family, around others in your community. Yeah. How has that made you who you are?
Well, before I moved to the States, it wasn't anything. Okay. So I was moving to the US that for me, it started to mean something, and mainly because it's just kind of this month where I try to connect the most with my culture. And where I feel there's a lot going on in regard to to the Latinx culture, not necessarily Puerto Rican itself, but at least we all have a lot of things in common. So even though if it's not necessarily a Puerto Rican event and it's a Mexican event, I feel welcome there because we like to embrace all Latinos.
Yeah, that's quite beautiful, yeah. And our last question is gonna be, what is a piece of your culture that I think students and teachers should get to experience? This could be music, dance, food, any kind.
All right, music. We have a really famous rapper slash reggaeton artist that I love. His artist name is Residente, also known as Calle 13. And what I love about his rap is that, Eminem, right? It's a little controversial. It's the same. His rap is really controversial, but he's also an activist for the island. So he will go to rallies. He's of the people for the people type of artist in the island. So I really respect that with him.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Follow up for more interviews as we go into our Latinx Heritage Month.